Have it, right? Yeah, we got it. It's all plugged in. Hey guys, you clicks here. Eh, boy, oh boy, we have a special one today. Basically, here's sorry, I gotta find the camera here. Here's the deal. I had a shampoo. Yeah, we had to shampoo the carpet in my room. I'll move this over a little bit so I get a better angle here. I had to shampoo the carpet in my room, and basically take all my stuff out, all the stuff I needed to take out, and that was most of it. So basically, what happened was a lot of things got tangled up. The size of this thing, there's headphones in there and microphones and things and wire in there. So now I gotta do that to basically get fully operational again. I have to untangle this stuff, and so I'm going to work on that right now. So all right, we got here. Okay, move that out the way so I don't actually hit the keys. All right. Yeah. This is but yeah, I've been dealing with some interesting things lately. Disagreeing with some people, and they've been hating on, disagreeing back. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's unfortunately how life works. You know, I understand that. But yeah, some people don't understand it. They don't like that. I understand it, and I don't like it, but I understand it and accept it as reality. Some people do not accept it as reality, and that sucks for them because then they'll just be like, all right, no, they'll just block you. Yeah, now I don't have to. No one does agree with me. I'm like, are you sure? Yourself, are you sure? You sure? Oh, yeah, it's not good to live, guys. Not good to live. So yeah, we have these things which were um basically they were used to hold up signs for like vote for this guy, vote for this other guy. I used them to make some very makeshift chain for the my old mover, my old metal mover type of thing. And unfortunately, during their last thing, certain things happened. I don't know if you can see that so well. You can't really, but yeah. Basically, if you look very closely at that, I'll try to find a good angle here. But yeah, you'll see that there are certain things that have been worn away. Yeah, but this is why I don't use these anymore because stuff got worn away. The that mattress was so heavy and had all this stuff on it that these things being underneath that mattress and being dragged for a good few blocks wore away the metal, and basically made it much harder for me to drag it. So eventually I decided, I'm going to just not use these for that. I'll find something else to do with these. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Something else. I'm sure I can find something else to use those for. So that's how it goes. Well, we have this wire here. This stuff is pretty awesome because you can use it to help with all kinds of other stuff. But yeah, you gotta fix this. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. It's just weird stuff because it's basically one of those things where with this thing that's going on with me that I'm dealing with that I'm basically we're disagreeing with people on. They are like this. They basically there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground with this. It's like either you're for this stuff or you're against this stuff. And I'm saying I don't what look at these comments that people are leaving for people who believe this stuff. You know, who believe this stuff. That they basically this was a video about this. Someone hating on these comments. Someone talk about these comments, showing off these comments, how horrible they were. And some people were saying, "Oh no, you should die. You should kill yourself." I'm like, I would never say that to these people. Never ever. I still don't agree with what they believe, and I would never tell them to kill themselves. I would never say they were they were morons or anything. I would never say that. No, I don't like it, but I would never say that. And they're like, oh, I think the girl who basically made a video and stuff was saying, yeah, no, oh yeah, yeah, thanks a lot for not wanting to kill us, for not wishing death on us. But yeah, you still are ignorant of what's going on, of what the thing is. You say that this is something that is, basically this is a medical condition. This is something that is I got one piece there. Great. Okay. Well, this is something that's a medical condition. This is something that's not that I have to deal with every day, and and it's basically might as well say what it is. Transgender issues. This is transgender issues. I was saying I don't want to see transgender people die or killed or anything. I don't believe. Of course, I do not believe that anyone is actually born in the wrong body. That's what I said. And that's true. Yeah, that's what I believe. But yeah, there are people out there that are like, no, how dare you say that? I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, what do you mean? How dare you? It's like, well, according to what they believe, they're saying that, sometimes people are born with, there are people who are born with female, male, basically people with male reproductive organs who are born with female brains. And people who are with female reproductive organs who are born with male brains. And I disagree, of course, but they're like, how dare you, disagree with that, But I'm like, yeah, it's all right. It's like, yeah. This one girl who wants to be a guy is saying, who wants to be a guy is saying, yeah, well, thanks for not wishing death upon us, but still, yeah, you don't know what's going on. You know this stuff, every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, basically, this stuff is just horrible. It's like, every time I look in the mirror, it saddens me. Every time I do this, I'm like, wait a minute. You're saying every time you look in the mirror, it saddens you? Oh boy, that sounds like a low body even self esteem there. Negative body image there. I'm like, that's not good. People are, that's a bad thing to have, but I don't believe it's because you were born in the wrong one. It is just like, of course, it works perfectly. Works perfectly. She says it's healthy and fit, but she doesn't like being referred to as a woman. Like, okay, I'm thinking, why exactly? And the issue is, of course, I'm sure, and of course, will say that. Will gladly tell me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure the issue is that she doesn't like being the way people treat her. Because she is physically female. And of course, that term now is an issue because you can say, I do like saying physically female or physically male because, yeah, you're physical, you have, you know, male reproductive organs, or female reproductive organs, you are physically female, physically male or physically female, things like that. But the problem is she's trying to say, oh no, our brains are physical and it was meant for, it's a male brain. I was like, trying to catch me on that. I'm like, I don't know about that, but still. Yeah, so I'm basically starting to say stuff like, you have male reproductive organs or female reproductive organs, because you can't choose those. You can't choose them. That was cast. So that's how it goes. But here's the deal. Oh yeah, I was wondering who's in the kitchen. Anyway, so it's just not my favorite. Not really fun because then of course the whole issue of being blocked. And it's just like they say what they want to say. You're trying to say something back, to get it, and not to insult. I'm not trying to say anything to insult. Of course, they see me as an insult, see it as an insult because I disagree. But I'm not trying to insult. I am, however, trying to do some other stuff. So I'm trying to say, okay, hey, but wait, I have experience with this with this type of stuff in some ways too. Not exactly the same experience, no, but definitely I do not. I have been judged based on my surface, based on just how I look. That's not fun, but it's not your fault though. It's the other people's fault. It's those other people's fault. They're basically messing up. They're basically choosing not to look deeper than your surface, and instead of judging you on that and just being like, yeah, you're this, you're that, you're this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, not. You have no idea. This is really not cool. Unfortunately, that stuff's going to happen because people just have to deal with, have to learn that stuff. Sometimes I have to learn things the hard way, but basically by actually seeing it firsthand. But yeah, it's just not cool. That's how it goes. Yeah, trying to help people see that. Unfortunately, there are people who disagree with you. There are people who basically say another thing out. Yeah, headphone. It was in headphone shape. I don't know if you can see it really okay, but it's in headphone shape. And basically like this kind of. Some of that. Basically, oh, this is the stuff I'm looking for. This copper wire here. I'm almost done with creating these things. Yeah, with making the holes necessary for these. I got my other headphone thing done. You see that? See those holes right there? I got that. That one's done. Put it over there next to the speaker. And now I just have a few more holes in this one. This took a good few weeks to do because I had other stuff to do, but I'm almost done. Once I finish with this, I will then put them on to these big old guys right here. look at these guys. I'm going on to these guys here, and then I can start wiring them up for sound, so I can listen to how they sound, and I can wrap a nice hang some hanger wire onto around the back end so I can hold it on my head. So I can put it on there. It's gonna be so cool. I finally could do that. It took weeks, but it's almost done. It's gonna be great. But first, I need to get this thing out of the way here. The stuff needs to get done here, so we're gonna get this. Anyway, so it's just like I'm looking at these comments, and of course, yeah, here's the deal. I'm on TV, doing stuff on TV and art, commenting on different things about transgender issues on YouTube, not Facebook, on YouTube as well, commenting, seeing these documentaries on transgender issues and commenting on them, and it's seeing it's just so sad to me to see what's going on here because I'm like looking at this, I'm like, wait a minute, immediately one documentary, okay, well, I might have said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. Immediately in one documentary, I knew something was up because basically it was like this: a kid, a young boy, wants to be a girl, who wanted to be a girl. His father found this pizza box stuff here, cardboard here. Keep that. Use that. And found this, cable, a little bit of cable here. I'll keep that too. Who she was he no, he the dad was saying, I would like to play, this is in England. She's like, I would like to play football with my kid, but apparently that's not going to happen. I'm like, wait, you can't run anymore. She can't run anymore. She doesn't like to throw and catch things. What? You can play football with well, soccer. Football, we call it soccer, but you can play football with either a boy or a girl. What does that have to do with anything? And it's like your son has grown his hair out and wants to play with quote unquote girl toys. That's it. Girl toys wear girl clothes. That's basically nothing else has changed really. Still like five, you know. So yeah, you can still run around. You can still. Well, no, the only thing that's changed is by saying that he wants to be a girl. That's different stereotypes. Immediately stereotypes. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And people will fight me on that. It's like, no, it's not stereotypes. I'm like, yeah, it's not stereotypes at all. I'm like, yeah. Then turn right around and be like, oh yeah, I just like to do things that boys. The girls will be like, I just like to do things that boys like. The boys will be like, I just like to do things that most girls like. I'm like, oh yeah. It's not stereotypes at all. I know. No, it isn't. I'm like, okay, okay. This is so cheesy. But let's continue on. What's next? Okay, so then I'm doing my thing. I'm doing it, and I'm basically the issue is, of course, there are people who are believe who are Christian like me, and they're basically who are Christian as well, and they're basically hating on these people. Or they're using personal insults. They're just saying you are doomed to destruction. To eternal damnation. You will be foul. You horrible monster thing. I'm like, I don't do that. And I actually checked someone who did that on there because I was like, you should not be using personal insults. We should not be saying that they're damned to hell. We should not be saying that because that'll just push them away. They'll think all Christians think like that. That all Christians are like that. They won't go near us. We can help them with stuff like that. We can help them with all kinds of things because God can help with all kinds of stuff like that. That's what I believe. They're saying that all that stuff to them will just push them away, make them hate us, hate all of us. That's not good. We don't want that. But then people, and they fought, and these people fought me on that. There were people that fought me on that. It's like, what? You should, these people are doing horrible things. They're sinners. You shouldn't be, yelling, hating on me for saying it like it is. I'm like, we should speak the truth in love. And someone was like, no, we should just speak the truth. Who cares about love? I'm like, oh, jeez. God is love, dude. God is love, people. That's really ridiculous when someone lets themselves get so ticked off that they will just hate, that they will not even really remember that. God is love. Perfect love has no fear. Come on. How is this so bad? Do unto others. Hello. It's one of those things that's just so ridiculous. when they mess around like that. But no, and then it's like I'm trying to say what I want to say, and of course they're trying to say hate on me, and other people hate on me. It's an interesting thing to be in the middle in some ways. To just be like, yeah, I disagree with these people. I don't like these people's lifestyle. I don't like it. I'm not going to say that they're dumb or damned or anything. I'll say that I disagree. That you don't need to do any of that surgery stuff because the thing's wrong. It's true. That's not what's wrong. You don't like it. And the interesting thing is that people will say they'll say their brains are wired to be the opposite. Boys will say their brains are wired to be female. The females will say the girls will say their brains are wired to be male. But I'm like, okay, what does that even mean? Brains control motor functions. Brains control motor functions. They interpret what your eyes see, what your ears hear, what your nose smells, and your mouth tastes, things like that, and touch. They control that. They control stuff like that. You know, they do not control what color you wear. You can control that. You can like or dislike everything. You don't like wearing that color. You don't like wearing that style of clothes. Yes, that's not your brain. That's you. That's your mind. There. People don't know that they all are saying there's no difference. So I'm like, yeah, there is. There's a huge difference. The brain can be examined to be like, okay, that brain, we examined that brain. Okay, the mind cannot be examined the same way. You can't just cut a person, get into a person's head and be like, okay, no, okay, let's examine their mind. No, doesn't work that way. You have to actually ask them questions and figure out what they like and dislike. That's the issue. A lot of things are likes and dislikes here. There are men who like hunting and fishing, but that doesn't make it a manly activity. Those don't make those manly activities. Just they like them. There are women who like to decorate things and cook. It's not female. That stuff isn't female though. There are also men who like to decorate, cook, and decorate as well. And women who like to hunt and fish. These activities are not they have no gender. See, that's another thing I don't like about it. People put gender. Yeah, see, this is the stuff we're going to be using for our headphones here. This is our current copper. What is this metallic wire? I don't think it's copper. I think it's metallic of some kind, but it's metallic because it's like gray. The stuff is gray. Whatever the case it is. Yeah, most likely. This is the stuff that's kind of holding the stuff together. But anyway, you got this thing. It's attached. These are very heavy, unfortunately. Pretty heavy guys, like so. Okay. Like how creatures are helping. Alright, Topanga, yeah. Topanga's trying to help a little bit by playing around with something with moving wire there. Yeah. So you got ourselves a microphone cable attached there. Yeah, that's interesting. But so it's just weird when it's like you see this and you're like, oh crap, and basically, it's like, yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to watch more of these documentaries. I'm going to see a bunch of this stuff because this is important to watch, important to learn and understand and see what's going on here. The Phillips, yeah, the one that was doing this, the one that was doing that. Yeah, that guy, that guy. Uh, I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, there's that thing out there. We have to test that thing. Yes, we do. But oh well, I can wait a little while. Shoot me, I should have brought that in. Maybe I should bring that thing in. I have this giant, very heavy TV, which unfortunately may end up being scrapped. It's not cool, but unfortunately, it's really big, really heavy, and the VCR does not work. It basically broke one of my cassette, cassette tapes I used on it, VH tapes I used on it, and the VCR doesn't work, and the DVD player it needs to be cleaned. But that's not. I already have DVD players. I have a computer. I have the computer here. I have that computer over here. I got a bunch of DVD players already. I don't need another DVD player. What I need is a capture device. I need a way to record video game footage that looks good. In a way that looks good enough, at least, for people on YouTube to not be like, my eyes, a potato, stuff like that. So yeah, Did you use a potato to record this? Like, no, I used a camera. Which I didn't know that was a term for a horrible, unworthy camera. Yeah. But anyway, so it is. Yeah, I'm gonna watch more of these because this is important to do. There was this one girl. Yeah, she is female, physically female. Yes, she was taking up boxing, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. She wants to fight. She wants to use that fighting style going in. That's no problem. That isn't male. That isn't female. No, that isn't male. It's boxing. It's putting on gloves and punching stuff. That is not. It was just yeah. And then she's getting ticked off and starting fights. The issue is and starting fights is cool. There's like this is an interesting thing because it's like you have people who are basically believe like I do, or Christians, and they're basically saying things like, "Hey, this is ridiculous. This why are you trying to do this thing? That you need to be doing." And they're like, "Well, I need to do this because, they say most likely the girl was saying I was always strange. I was always a weird kid. I was always different than other kids." I'm like, okay, that's fine. Actually, that's normal stuff. But then she's like, yeah, I mean, eventually, well, it's like maybe I'm gay, and then later she's like, maybe, oh, I know it's now I know what's going on. Maybe I am actually trans. I'm like, yeah, I don't know any of that, but some people, of course, are hating on her, calling her all kinds of names. And the problem is, it's school, unfortunately. In school, it's a microcosm of not reality. A lot of people are trying to be like people in magazines and stuff, and just do all the kinds of stuff, and you don't meet that standard, you don't make the cut. But I'm like, I don't care. That stuff is ridiculous. That stuff is ridiculous, and then people are going to hate on it, and then it's just like, yeah, you have someone different who doesn't is not trying to be like that standard of beauty or whatever comes in, and of course they're an outcast, and they all kinds of things will be said about them because they don't like that. There are people out there that don't like anybody different. No, I'm like, yeah, sorry, in real life, there's people are different from each other. That's how it goes. You don't like that. It sucks. There we go. Got some wire here. Tilt it. Okay, my cat creature has found some sort of insect or something. She's trying to catch it. Yeah. Well, so it's just and it's weird. And then like basically, here's the deal: her mom was okay with this, with her trying to transition, but her dad was saying, "Yeah, you don't need to do that." And then of course that was causing strife between her and the dad. But then it's like, let's think about this. Think about this. She was saying, I was thinking about having to shoot up the school. I'm like, you have a problem? Like, whoa, why? It's the school. The school. There's a lot of stress going on at that school. She is getting freaking out about that. That's not okay. It's not okay. You can't do that. You can't do that. No, that's not a good way to deal with this. People will say stuff. The issue is there are people out there now that do not like hearing any negativity at all. They think it's a horrible affront to them, and it is. But unfortunately, it's going to happen. There will be people who disagree with you. There will be people out there who will say all kinds of horrible things about you because they don't like how you do what you do. That's how it goes. Unfortunately, what you got there, yeah, you gotta just let that go. You gotta accept that and let it go. Move on with life. Do what you can. You know. What? No, no, no. And that when you don't do that, then it causes all kinds of problems. You start freaking out about stuff. It's not cool. It isn't cool. We have to live with it. Okay, this is my picture hanging wire. Let's put it right there. Picture hanging wire, one of the coolest inventions and things ever, because it helps me make my little headphones work better. So yeah, over there, little headphones work better. It's really cool to see that. We got these things. Ugh, one of these guys from my old uh cart, from one of my old what's it called, this is from my old wire cart. The stuff came off there. I can put that back on, or I could just use put that as extra. cable, and even one of these hangers. These white hangers I will be using soon for a headphone wire like that. No, will be being used in there. So there you go. All right. Now we got the little headphones coming out. This one, oh shoot, this guy here. Yeah, see it like this. Yeah, gonna make another one. Well, these are little tweeters. They didn't have the best sound ever, so I never really got fell got into got into it that much. All right, well, that's later. Yeah. So these documentaries are important for me to watch. I'm enjoying watching these things because it is giving me all kinds of information about this stuff. There will of course be people who disagree, will say that those things are no good because of course they don't like that I'm watching them, but also because things are different for them. But it's good to see a wide selection instead of just being going with my own opinion. I look at what these people are actually saying. That's what I do. That's what I like doing, because then I, can be like, oh yeah, well, about this here, and they're like, oh yeah, see, yeah, and they'll start being like, instead of saying like that's not true, then more likely be like, oh yeah, well, yeah, that's how it is. I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, well, that sucks to be you then. So that's like, okay, so I finally got these free, so that's good. So now we can upgrade. Hopefully, I wouldn't. I'd rather not. I'd rather not unplug anything until this is over. So I'll put these guys over here. These are my backup. One of my backup pairs. I'll put it in there. Oh, keep it away from the computer. There we go. My goodness. But no, we'll fight. Now, then there's another one. There's interesting stuff when you read about it. There's a lot of stuff involved in this. All right, transgender issues. There's a lot of stuff involved in it. First of all, you got what I believe is this culture we have going on now of basically personal privacy and autonomy and things. And while that's not always bad, personal privacy is not always bad. Actually, personal privacy be good because you can be like, yeah, I want to say take some speakers and just put them, make some headphones with them. That's fine. As long as you don't hit anybody with them, that's the issue. As long as you're not trying to hurt anyone, then there you go. But when it's like I'm going to, get this surgery that will make it so that I will need injections of chemicals every day for the rest of my life, or basically get this surgery that will basically damage the health of the body, but then with chemicals that are in more larger amounts than they occur naturally in my body, in there to do basically make me look like what I want to look like. Like if I any other types of surgeries that will make basically make me look like what I want to look like. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of that. Because it's like, isn't your body perfectly? If your body's healthy, but they're like, I don't like it. I don't like this. Like, yeah, okay. I think of myself. The issue is treatment. Okay, they don't like being treated in certain ways. You know, and unfortunately, here again, we have my biggest and most important. Yeah, got another pair. Biggest and most important point about these issues. They basically want to be treated differently than they are right now. But unfortunately, that's not going. That they might be treated differently, but still there will be negativity. There will always be negativity. That's how it works, unfortunately, in life. There will always be people who treat you wrong because they're jerks. It's not your fault at all. It's because they're jerks. Okay, I got another pair. My bronze boys. Bronze boys. There you go. Black boys, bronze boys are all good. Get in there. Bronze boys. All right. So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to help you basically say, yeah, you don't need to transition. I have read basically not just documentaries, but I have read people's personal accounts of their transitioning, and they're like, okay, yeah. So what happened was, this girl was going through it's a girl. She went through this litany of things. Got the webcam out. All right, this litany of things that had happened to her while she was still functionally, basically functionally female, basically, before she got her surgeries to not be quote unquote not to be female anymore. And she's like, like, yeah, it was, basically, my time of the month was so bad I'd have to be hospitalized. I'm like, that's not normal. It's not normal. you know. That's not supposed to happen. That's not how it works usually. That is a sign of some other issue. That's not because you're female. That's because something's damaged. Oh my gosh. Girl. No. She's like, yeah, but then I got a hysterectomy and it's all gone. I'm like, yes, of course it's gone. It just, I think you threw the baby out with the bathwater here. So I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. That wasn't because you were female. It was because something went wrong. Whoa. Something went wrong. And not that you were born in the wrong body. No, that was damage. Actual issue, some type of actual physical medical issue was affecting you. She basically didn't like it. No, was had some issue, went all over the place with it. It's not cool. Okay, got these guys here, all nice, little black babies, I call them, all nice and taken out there. I'll be using those, basically putting those. It would be nice to have, but I'm like, yeah. And then it's like a young man who's like saying stuff like, wait, let's see here. Wait, hmm. There was wait. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, this is like one of those things. There's issues here with this because they don't think it's fear. They're having issues. They're thinking that they don't think it's fear that's causing them to do all stuff. Except for the fact that they are scared, they're terrified, frozen in fear about this stuff. It scares the stuff out of them. Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Otherwise, it would not like for surgeries and things. They wouldn't be doing it. It scares the crap out of them to be treated the way they believe that their birth gender they being treated. And it's like, I'm sorry, but again, you should not be afraid of this. You should not be afraid of being treated wrong. Unfortunately, yes, it's gonna happen. It's not right, but it happened, and I actually tried to send a response to this one girl who was saying, "Oh yes, thanks for not saying you wanted to kill us." you know, so I say, "Well, yes, I disagree with the thinking that you were born in the wrong body, but I have had some experience being judged just based on my surface. I am a person with dark skin, so yeah, had been judged by people wrongly based on just my skin color, and it's like it's not cool. Well, and physical and reproductive organs, but and reproductive organs, but no, it's not cool. No, it's not. But unfortunately, there's some people that do that, and it's what you gotta do is just be like, nah, just let that go and just move on and do your best not to do that to other people. Because that's just whenever I walk, whenever I meet eyes with someone while I'm walking around, I will nod. I'll be like, meet eyes, like, mm, I walk on by. Mm-hmm. Because because basically, as I'm showing an example of what I do when I'm out in public, I am polite and quiet and respectful. That's what I am. I may look like some of those guys who are loud and ignorant and disrespectful, and I do not have to act like them. Yeah. I can act like I got another chord here. I can act like what I want to act like. I can act like I could be different. If I look the same, I could be different. There's a lot of things involved in this. Let's see what we got. We got the privacy and autonomy. A lot of privacy, a lot of autonomy type of culture. Which yes, these are out. My double duties. My double duties made with these what I call the golden boys. Look at that. Look at the gold on there. Isn't that nice? Goes kind of golden, yes. These are double duties. Each one of these plugs into a different headphone jack. There's two of these on here. They plug into a headphone jack, so one sound will play on here, one sound will play on the other. It's so cool. I like it. I like them a lot. They're so cool. But anyway, I'll be using those. We'll take it out through this live stream. But anyway, you know. And the issue is, I basically didn't make the. Yeah, I like saying that too. I didn't make these because I am male. I didn't make these because I'm black. I didn't make them because of my skin color. I didn't make them because I'm male. I made them because I like making them. Because I like making them. Fun to make. Oh, here we go. My blade box made them from like these chocolate truffles. These awesome chocolate truffles. I made it from the made a put a razor blade in here, and a bunch of other sharp things. You can come out. You can go over there. And there you go. Like I said, cut that right there. And that's the issue with this. That's the issue with a lot of transgender issues. There was a young boy who was so afraid. A young boy who was so afraid that he was basically threatening to was even got the idea to try and harm himself, to harm his male parts. I'm like, what? Why? Because he didn't like how he was treated as a male. Like, and they're saying that's not fair. I'm like, yeah. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I've heard of animals who will get so freaked out when they're caught in a trap, they will basically harm themselves to get out of it. They will basically gnaw off their own limbs. I'm like, no, that's going. I'm like, seeing that. I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not good. That's not good. That's why I want to fight because this stuff. Fight against this. Fight against it. Not against people, but against it, because this stuff is this belief. It's a belief is making people afraid of stuff they shouldn't be afraid of. A young girl around 8 years old or so was saying doesn't sleep at sometimes can't sleep at night because she's afraid of what puberty will do to her. I'm like, you shouldn't be afraid of it. It's you're physically female. You have female reproductive organs, so yeah, it's going to happen to you just like every other female. Another person who is physically female, that's how it works. It's nothing to be afraid of because that's what happens. But then of course there's the treatment again. One need to be treated differently. Then it's the issue here. Things based on image, not making the cut, not making the grade, is a huge issue with a lot of people. But I'm like, yeah, there's certain grades and certain basically standards that are ridiculous. It's just they're like basically, oh yeah, you don't look like, oh no, I don't look like that supermodel. Like, no one looks like the supermodel. Not even the supermodel girl, the girl that they took the picture of, looks like she does. In the magazine, they use Photoshop on that. You know that they do. You got to know that. That's a ridiculous standard. Then bodybuilders, the boys are gonna do it with the bodybuilders. They're like, yeah, I gotta be, get bigger so I can be like the bodybuilders. No, again, most likely those bodybuilders are all photoshopped. Bodybuilders are all photoshopped. And they've been doing stuff for years. Maybe even using illegal substances to try and enhance the size of their muscle. It's just like, yeah. And then of course you see the people with the rock hard abs, the big old the rock hard abs and all that. And it's like, yeah, the abs. Those abs are, the way to get that is to starve and dehydrate yourself. So they'll show up. If you don't starve and dehydrate yourself, no matter how many sit-ups you do, you won't see them. You won't see your abs. Now, of course, they're there, and I do sit-ups. I do like 10. I actually just do 10 on a yoga ball every week. 10 a week on the yoga ball. That's about it. And but I've been doing it for years. So basically, yeah, I'm okay. I got some good stuff going, but you can't see it because I don't starve and dehydrate myself. These images that we're trying to pattern ourselves after, some of them are ridiculous. Some of them, got an old double-sided guy here. Throw that over there too. Some of these things are ridiculous. Some of these things should not be. Okay, I got a red line, giant, like 10-foot long USB cable. That's really cool. I like that. Some of these images, what we're striving to be like, some of these people we're trying to be like are not real. Not real and or basically shouldn't be imitated because that stuff is ridiculous. That's one of the things we have to fight again, deal with when it comes to this stuff, transgender issues and other kinds of issues like that, because it's image. It's a lot about image. It's a lot about treatment. And they put all that stuff together. And it's like, oh yeah. And then of course there's issues with, yeah, this is was a nice pair of headphones, but now it's basically done. Hmm. Does it work? Well, I can't really see yet. I might be able to try. Got me my $50 tablet. Look at that, in. $50 each. Give you some weapons. They're gonna give you some weapons. $50 each. Hello? No, it's coming from here. Not here. Okay, yeah, no, sorry, Nicholas. Nicholas made a very nice Breath of Fire. Made some very nice Breath of Fire. Let's plays. I gotta see some more. I want to see Breath of Fire 4 and Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. Breath of Fire 1 and 2. I gotta see all these. Because I like Breath of Fire, the old Breath of Fires. Except for Breath of Fire 6, which was a huge, cheap cash grab. That, unfortunately, it's that cash grab cell phone game, which, unfortunately, I'm like seeing this. I'm like seeing that. And then I see what they did with Command and Conquer. I see what they did with Diablo Immortals. And I'm seeing that. I'm like, is that how that's how they feel? That how then I see I see Breath of Fire 6. I'm like seeing that. I'm like, this is how. Yeah, I'm not really into Diablo. I'm not really into Command and Conquer. But I see that Breath of Fire 6, and I'm like, is this how the people the fans of Diablo and Command and Conquer feel? Well, their games going to cell phones, doing mobile. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was terrible. It was terrible. But yeah, this thing does not seem to want to work. Dang it, I forgot to get. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's all untangled now. We'll see untangled. All right, now I have this guy. I like this guy because you basically can plug this device here. What is this? The Super Joy Box. The Super Joy Box. I don't know if you can read that. Get closer. Get closer. I don't know if you can read it. There we go. Super Joy Box 5. You basically plug. Gonna untangle. Yeah. You basically plug this stuff in. What did you do? Let's see. There's untangle here. What you do is you basically plug the USB cable part in to a computer. I will do that eventually, and then you plug in your controller. You plug your controller, in there, and yeah, if it's a controller that works, that's compatible with it, then you'll be able to play games with it. With your little emulator and stuff. It's super cool. I'm a huge fan of it. Super cool. I'm a huge fan of that. Let me put this over here and I'll plug them in later. No, I don't need to do that right now. Okay, I got my microphone. This is still my best microphone because I didn't realize that I could actually pick up sound from a good distance away like that. So now I know, and basically now I can basically put a stand on this or something and go all Rhett and Link and Game Grumps and Joe Schiller and friends. This, yeah, I can do that stuff. That'd be really cool to do. That'd be super cool because then I can do some cool stuff with it. So I'll put this in here. But anyway, yeah, back to my discussion. Transgender issues. It's just a lot of stuff. It's in my opinion, as far as I can see, this stuff is basically, yeah, they're not people aren't going to like it when you're saying this, but I believe this is like conformity. Yeah, this is basically conformity taken to its most extreme. Stereotypes and conformity and all kinds of other stuff taken to its most extreme. I feel when people are saying I feel, boys are saying I feel female. I'm like, what does that even mean? And then girls are saying I feel male. What does that even mean? And then it's like they decide I don't measure up to the status quo, the stereotype. They'll of course deny that is a stereotype, and then go right back to saying, showing that it is the stereotype of what it means, the stereotype of what it means to be male or female. That stereotype, of course, being males are tough and strong and like to fight and get dirty and do all kinds of manly things, and women like to be prim and proper and like to get involved in a lot of girly things, And I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah. She's like, I don't match this stuff, and I'm like, I'm seeing that. I'm like, okay, fine. You like different things then, That's what I see. I'm like, you don't like that stuff. That's what it means. You don't like it, so fine. Yeah, even in story booths and other things. So story booth has had a video of a girl who says she's transgender and transgender and stuff like that, and it's not my favorite because of course she's saying, yeah, I with the puberty, I always like doing the things that boys like doing. I'm like, yeah, those like playing in the mud and all kinds of. I'm like, yeah, that's not. Doesn't make you male though. The puberty, like, okay, you don't like puberty, okay, fine. No one does. No one likes puberty. You don't have to like it. You can't choose not to have it though, but you don't have to like it though. You can't choose that stuff. You can like it. You don't have to like it though. Yeah, that's the issue. People are thinking I have to like it. If I'm obligated to like it. No, no. That's not how it works. But I got my microphone. There we go. So it was definitely some interesting stuff. So, but they had a picture of that. But then they had another one, which was not about transgender issues at all. but show off some cool stuff. This young boy was saying in the story that most of the boys in school liked playing sports. He tried to play sports. He didn't really like it, and he was ostracized because of that. But eventually, he found out that he enjoyed playing, basically making little videos and stop motion animation videos and things, and started working on that. And now he's in school for that, and he's enjoying that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. That doesn't make him less of a man. That means he just doesn't like that, And that is sports are not manly activities. Both boys and girls can play sports. So there's some definite issues with people basically stereotyping some stuff going on here. I don't like it because it's basically like, wait, whoa, whoa, no, no. This is gonna blow way down of proportion. You're freaking out about stuff you need to be freaking about. And then one of the things that gets me is the parents of the documentary. It was a documentary, not a story booth. This documentary, video about transgender issues. This one girl who wants to be a boy's parents were freaking out about stuff, but not like, oh no, what's wrong with her? No, no, no. That would be one thing. But the other thing is this: they were saying, oh no, yeah, they found out that she's starting to go through puberty. you know, that she's starting to go through puberty. That development is happening, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So, and then it's like you see them going like, we got to figure out some way to stop these female hormones from raging through her. I'm like, raging through her, and I'm like, she's female. She is physically female. That's not wrong. They're not raging. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Don't you know about nature? Don't you know about puberty? Don't you know about nature? Don't you know about any of this? Have you read a book about this? There's like 12 billion, many in the kids section. Oh my gosh. Like Hair in Funny Places. You've seen that one. That was a good one. A good one for children. It outlines some things. Of course, the ones for the adults are more. Of course, the ones for the older kids and the adults are more detailed and show off more stuff, talk about more stuff going on. But still, there are little kids' books talking about this. What has happened with our education? What has happened with our stuff that we, as grown people, not as little kids, as grown people, adults are freaking out about this. Like what? I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, of course, there's other things too. Tradition. Tradition is a definite issue. Before I end the live stream, yeah, we're pretty much done here. Oh yeah, here we go. Little guys, little baby bumps, little bronze baby bumps. You see they're bronze, bronze, little guys. Look how small they are. So cute, so cute. Wait, oh, these are the bronze babies. Yeah, they're so cute. The problem is these cost $10 a pair. That's one problem. Second issue is that they're kind of the one side is broken. One of the has speakers is broken. I could actually probably get another one and it'll work better. Yeah, and I could actually have these. These so cool. Yeah, these are cool. These are cool little guys. I like these. But anyway, the thing is, tradition is an issue here. A lot of people, there's some people from traditional, quote unquote, traditional families, and they're saying, yeah, the girl, yeah, so that helps reinforce these stereotypes of what the boys do and what the girls do, and that is causing issues because then they're like, going like, oh yeah, I don't like that, I don't like, I feel more like, oh, I don't like doing. Basically, they're saying. I feel more like I'm a male than I am female, say the girls, because I don't like doing that stuff. I'm like, no, you just don't like doing that stuff. And that's understandable, especially in certain cultures where it's like, oh yeah, you have to wear all this stuff to hide yourself, or you have to wear like a dress or like a dress or something like that. You got to do these things, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can understand not liking it, but I'm sorry that But I'm sorry, but here's the deal: you're not doing that yourself. That is not something that you are choosing to do. You are being forced to do it. you know, so it's like, yeah, you're forced to do it. Fine. Then for peace in the household, do it. Do this stuff that doesn't harm you. That's the issue. This stuff is like causing actual physical harm. That's bad. But it was like, oh, you have to wear a dress, or you have to wear a suit that gets you around the collar, like with the necktie. I know that's what boys have to do in traditional dress, garb. Yeah, that's not fun. It's not fun. But it's like one of the things that's like, yeah, you don't like it. Okay, fine. You don't have to like it. That's the issue. People are thinking they have to like stuff, and if they don't, then there's something wrong with them. No, no, that's definitely an issue, and we have to work on that. There's all kinds of things about this. Oh yeah, my camera charging cable right there. Got it. Put that in there. Where's my camera? Oh, here's the camera. Camera's good. Camera's good. Just got to get stuff off of the camera. As you see, you probably have seen. There's been videos of me. Yeah, there's the camera. There's the other camera right there. There have been videos of me from this guy. All right, they were much better than this one. Much better than cameras made with this camera here. No offense to it, it at least works. And that's good. This setup does do well for live streams because I can go as long as I want. I can talk about all kinds of different stuff. It's really cool. But here's the deal: this has better stuff. This definitely looks a lot better, But the files they make are huge, gigabytes, huge. So getting them off of here onto the computer, onto this laptop, and then onto YouTube is tough because this thing will fill up very fast. This guy will fill up very fast, and I'll make sure I don't try to overfill because then they'll be like, no, we can't do it. So yeah, can't do any of that. So basically, yeah, I am taking stuff off of this to put on here to show you some other stuff, and so it's going to be interesting to see that more of that stuff get on there, and eventually get to that point where I can actually just do them more and more and more. We'll figure that out. Right now, I got other stuff I got to do. I really want to finish working on these guys. We're almost done. It's gonna be so cool to just drill in there and just be like, yeah, we drilled in there. Yeah, we drilled in there and we got them. And now then I can basically, maybe I'll show you a live stream or a video of me making them. I'll do that. I don't know if it's gonna be a live stream, but it might be just a video because this will take that long. These things took the longest. These things right here took the longest, or have taken the longest, So yeah, once I finish this, I don't think I'll ever make things this thick. Look how thick that is. That's pretty thick, for what I'm trying to do. I might not ever make any things this thick anymore because it takes longer than with some other stuff that's thinner. But yeah, once I fix these up, then yeah, I might do something else. We'll see. We'll see. I got to get going. I'm going to go and work on these guys and other stuff. So see you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube Video Art. Please feel free to, tell me what you think about what I'm talking about here in the comments. Yes, I know some of you will disagree, but that's the issue. I've learned over the years that that's a part of life. I can't. I'm not going to block anybody because that's part of life, real life. People will disagree with you, and that's how it goes. So I'll gladly, look at that stuff and actually respond back and try to develop a nice debate of some kind. There will be no personal insults or anything like that. At least I will try not to, at least not intentional. I might say, I don't agree with this. And you're like, oh, how dare you? you know, I didn't mean to be personal, but that's how it goes. But I don't agree with it. So that's how it works. So I'll see you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube Video and Art. Got my scanner working again. Just want to make sure. Oh yeah, got my scanner working again. Scanner is working again. I moved it out the way. There's some dirt got in there from the window. I live in a basement apartment, so yeah, dirt got from the window, got in there and stopped it from. It jammed it up, but I turned it over and shook it out, shook that dirt out, and it seems to be working just fine now. So yeah, more stuff is coming over. So I'll see you guys next time. Let's see, where's this thing? Right here. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah,